Students, and welcome back to second session where we are continuing the study of dispensed medication that are powders. I am lecturer Zamdade Ashwini. In last session you have studied what are powders and its advantages and disadvantages. Today we are going to study the brief classification of powders. Now what are learning outcomes of this presentation? After observing this presentation, students will be able to classify the powders as internally and externally used powders, simple and compound powders, sachet or tablet triturates. Now classification of powders. Powders are basically classified in 5 main classes, that are bulk powders for internal use, bulk powders for external use, simple and compound powders for internal use, then powders enclosed in sachets or capsules, and compressed powders that are tablets or tablet triturate. This is the brief classification of powder. We will see each of them one by one. Firstly, we are going to study bulk powders for internal use. You have heard the word bulk. Bulk means huge or large quantity. It is bulk powders containing several doses of powders. Example of it is rhubarb powder BPC. It is also called as Gregory's powder. It contains rhubarb powder, then light magnesium carbonate, heavy magnesium carbonate and ginger, which are mixed together to form the powder. When accuracy of dosage form is not required or it's not important, at that time powders are dispensed in bulk form. They are supplied in wide mouth container that permits easy removal of spoonful powders. They are intended to be taken internally with or without aid of water or any suitable liquid. The non-potent substances are used in bulk powders such as antacids, laxative, purgative, etc. This is one of the example of oral powder you can see in the picture. It is the ibuprofen oral powder, which is solubilized in water prior to be used or swallowed orally. Next type of dosage form is bulk powders for internal use, external use. Powders for external use are non-potent substance, means it do not contain therapeutic activity. These powders are supplied in cardboard, glass or plastic container, which are often designed for the specific method of preparation. Bulk powders for external use are of following type: dusting powders, snuffs, Dauche powders, dental powders, insufflations, etc. We will see one by one each of them. Now what are dusting powders first? They are meant for external application to the skin and generally applied in a very fine state of subdivision to avoid local irritation. They are of two types: medicated dusting powder and surgical dusting powder. Now what is medicated dusting powder? They are used for superficial skin condition. They should not be used for application to open wounds or application on broken skin. They should be labeled in such a way. They need not contain sterilized ingredients, but we must be sure that they are not containing any kind of pathogens. Surgical dusting powders are used in body cavities on major wounds as a result of burns, and it is also used on umbilical cords of infants. Surgical dusting powders must be sterilized before they are used. Some characteristics of dusting powders are: they should be homogeneous and fine in nature, they should be free from irritation, they should be free flowing, have good covering capacity, they should be good adsorption and absorption capacity, they should spread uniformly on body surface, they should protect the skin from irritation caused by friction, moisture or chemical irritants. Dusting powders generally contain zinc oxide, starch, boric acid, natural mineral substances like kaolin and talc. The basic example or formula for dusting powder is it contains purified talc, starch powder, zinc oxide and salicylic acid. In this, zinc oxide is used as an astringent and antiseptic, whereas salicylic acid is used as antiseptic and antifungal. Next type of dosage form is snuffs. Now, snuff, this is a common medication. You have been seen it at your home used by your grandparents or any elderly persons from house. The word snuff is quite different and new for you. In Marathi, the best example I can tell you that it is said to be tapkir, which is stored in small steel boxes, that is the snuffs. Now, what are snuffs pharmaceutically? They are finely divided solid dosage form of medicaments which are inhaled into nostrils as antiseptic, bronchodilator and decongestion action. Next dosage forms are Dauche powders. Now, what are Dauches? These are powders intended to be used as antiseptic or cleansing agent for body cavities. They are generally intended for vaginal use, although they may be formulated as nasal, topical or ophthalmic use. These products are completely soluble and are intended to be dissolved in water prior to use as antiseptic or cleansing agent in the body cavity. They generally contains aromatic oils also. They are dispensed in wide-mouth glass jars to protect loss of volatile materials and permit easy access to patients. The basic formula of Dauche is it contains zinc sulfate, magnesium sulfate, boric acid, lemon oil and purified water. Now, next type of dosage forms are dentifrices. It is also called as dental powders. Dentifrices are preparations that are generally used with the help of toothbrush for cleansing the surface of tooth. You can see in the picture some of the marketed products of dentifrices. They are available in the form of fine powders or paste. Dentifrices contain abrasives like calcium sulfate, magnesium carbonate, sodium carbonate and fine powders. It also contains detergent or soap. Then it contains binders, humectants, sweetening agents like saccharin or sodium. Then flavoring agents like peppermint oil, clove oil, etc. And it also contains the coloring agents. The basic formula for dentifrices is it contains hard soap, calcium carbonate, saccharin sodium, peppermint oil, cinnamon oil and methyl salicylate. Now next type of dosage forms are insufflations. Now what are insufflations? These are medicated dusting powders which are introduced into body cavities such as nose, throat, ear and vagina with the help of insufflator. Insufflator is nothing but it is a device by help of which the powders are placed in such cavities. Nowadays, insufflations are available in the form of pressurized aerosols also, and these aerosols are used for potent drugs. It sprays the powder into stream of finely divided particles all over the site of application. You can see in the diagram it is the marketed preparation of aerosol powders. That's all in this session. The remaining part from classification we will discuss in next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe, keep learning. Thank you.